Have you ever felt completely lost, not knowing who to turn to when the world seems to be falling apart around you? What if I told you that there is a powerful force, a prayer that can bring peace, protection, and the tranquility you need? Psalm 91 is a refuge, a key to moments of great anxiety and insecurity, a true safe haven for your soul. Now, imagine feeling that peace surrounding every part of your being as you surrender to the prayer. This is what Psalm 91 can do for you. But before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Comment below, because your participation is important to me, and I want to know how I can pray for you. Let's connect in some way, no matter the distance. Now, picture yourself in a scenario where peace seems impossible to achieve. In the middle of a day filled with challenges, you find yourself anxious, fearful, perhaps even doubting the protection that surrounds you. There are so many things on your mind, and in the end, all you want is one thing: rest. But not just any rest, that deep, revitalizing sleep that brings clarity and serenity for the day ahead. That's the kind of peace Psalm 91 offers. As you listen to the prayer of Psalm 91, it's as if the words begin to surround you, dispelling the anxiety, calming your heart. You can feel God's protection descending upon you like an invisible cloak, but as real as anything you've ever experienced. It's not just words, it's a deep spiritual connection, where the divine is taking care of you, guarding you from life's storms. And as you allow yourself to live this experience, the doubt starts to fade away. That feeling of being alone in the world dissolves. You feel supported, accompanied, and more importantly, protected. Now, imagine a night of sleep where you can finally rest completely. Not just your body, but your mind. Not just your muscles, but your soul. And when you wake up, you feel renewed, full of energy, ready to face the new day with confidence. This is not a dream. This is the power Psalm 91 brings into your life. As the night falls and you prepare to rest, remember that there's no need to fear. No matter what the future holds, you have the protection of the Almighty by your side. With each word of Psalm 91, you draw closer to a life full of peace, courage, and inner strength. Now, imagine that, amidst the chaos of life, you're faced with a situation that seems unbearable. The weight of responsibilities, the fear of uncertainty, the mental and physical exhaustion, it all starts to overwhelm you. What once felt like a simple day at work turns into an endless challenge. And while you're trying to keep up with everything, the feeling of helplessness grows. At night, as you lie down in bed, your mind won't stop racing. You try to calm yourself, but the fear of an uncertain future, the memories of past failures, and the worries about tomorrow start to take over. You close your eyes, but you can't find the peace you desperately seek. Sleep, which should be a relief, becomes a battle. So, where do you find refuge in this emotional storm? Where's the answer to calm your soul? This is where Psalm 91 comes in. Its beauty doesn't just lie in its words, but in the deep truth they carry. When you recite this psalm, the words become a beacon, lighting the way to tranquility. Psalm 91 isn't just a text, it's a cry for protection, an affirmation of faith that transcends the circumstances of the moment. Now, picture yourself saying these words, with your mind still unsettled, but with a firm decision in your heart to trust the one who can calm the storm. As you speak each word, almost miraculously, you start to feel the weight on your shoulders lifting. It's not instantaneous, but it's a gradual process of surrender. Your breath slows down, the rapid beat of your heart begins to slow, and, finally, you feel you can rest. This is the power of Psalm 91. It doesn't come to erase your problems, but to give you the assurance that, no matter what, you are not alone. As you speak these sacred words, you connect with something bigger. You are surrounded by an invisible protection that, although unseen, is more real than any problem that may come your way. And now, as you continue speaking the psalm, you begin to feel the peace that once seemed distant. Fear begins to fade, replaced by a sense of security. You realize that, in moments like these, faith is the key to overcoming internal storms. Psalm 91 is the answer you've always searched for, but perhaps didn't know you needed. It's important to understand that faith doesn't eliminate life's difficulties. It doesn't make the fear disappear, but it gives you the power to face what lies ahead. Prayer then becomes a tool of strength. Each word you speak is a step toward trust, and gradually you'll notice that it's possible to live with the peace that comes from within. Now, close your eyes and imagine that, after finishing Psalm 91, you feel the weight of the world dissipating. It's all okay. What was once an inner battle is now an act of surrender and trust. You trust the one who has control. Peace begins to envelop your body and mind in an inexplicable way. And when you wake up, that feeling of renewal will be clear. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of a simple prayer? In times of anguish, when words seem insufficient to express what we're feeling, prayer becomes a powerful tool for connecting with the divine. Sometimes, all we need is a moment of stillness, a word of faith to guide us to relief. Now, imagine that, as you look inward, you begin to feel a peace, timid but persistent. The sound of your heartbeat, the worries that seem distant, and a deep sense of security start to fill you. This is not just a fleeting feeling, it is the presence of divine protection beginning to manifest within you. You may still feel a bit anxious, that's okay. Fear is natural. But as you recite Psalm 91, you start to notice that gradually the anxiety begins to lessen. It's as if the air around you is becoming lighter. The words you're saying begin to take on power and life, echoing not just in your mind, but deep within your soul. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. These words resonate in your heart. You feel sheltered, as though you're under an invisible but real protection. It's not just a physical rest, it's something much deeper. It's a feeling that, no matter what happens, you are safe. The security you seek, the peace you desire, is within you as you trust these powerful words. As you continue to recite Psalm 91, the certainty that you are being protected begins to fill your being. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. These words become a mantra, a declaration of faith. It's not just an ancient text, but a living truth, one that echoes in your life right now. It's amazing how, in times of fear, the right words have the power to shift our perception. The weight that seemed unbearable starts to lessen. The fear of the uncertain future, of what you can't control, begins to fade away. Psalm 91 is the key to open that door, and as you walk through it, you find a safe place, a shelter. It doesn't promise a life without difficulties, but it guarantees that, in the midst of the storm, you will be protected. With each verse you recite, your trust grows, for He shall give His angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. Now you know you are not alone. There is something greater protecting you. Even when you can't see it, that force is working behind the scenes, offering the help you need. With each word, each calm breath, you feel the weight of your worries lifting, and with them, the anxiety that accompanied them. It's a feeling that, by trusting in the prayer, you're allowing this divine protection to manifest in your life, leading you to a new state of inner peace, a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, but on trusting in something greater that guides your steps. Now, close your eyes and imagine that, after finishing Psalm 91, you feel the weight of the world dissipating. It's all okay. What was once an internal struggle is now an act of surrender and trust. You trust in the one who has control. Peace begins to surround your body and mind in an inexplicable way, and when you wake up, you'll feel renewed, protected, and strengthened by God's presence in your life. As the night progresses, you start to notice something extraordinary happening inside of you. What once felt like a constant struggle with fear and anxiety is now gradually replaced by a deep sense of unwavering confidence. Something within you begins to calm, and you start to align with the divine protection you're receiving. You're no longer just praying. You're now being sustained by faith. This is no longer a fleeting experience. You begin to realize that the prayer of Psalm 91 goes beyond just recitation. It's now a continuous process of spiritual renewal. Each word you speak brings you closer to that deep protective embrace. What started as a search for peace is now becoming a permanent source of strength in your life, one that you can access whenever you need it. As you reflect, you notice that something inside of you has shifted. Your soul feels lighter and your heart more serene. That constant weight of fear, doubt, and insecurity has vanished. In its place, you feel a firm trust that you are guarded, guided, and protected by something much greater than yourself. The prayer of Psalm 91 has become not just a series of words, but a source of deep peace and unwavering strength that now lives inside of you. As you continue to speak the prayer, you feel the divine presence becoming more tangible with each verse. You are fortified, asterisk, asterisk, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. Asterisk, asterisk, these words become more than just a verse. They transform into a deep truth that begins to settle in your heart. You feel this protection not just as a distant promise, but as an immediate, tangible force surrounding you. It's as though the very atmosphere around you is charged with a divine presence, offering a peace that you could never have imagined before. As you continue, the realization hits that this prayer is not just a one-time act. It's a spiritual shield, a protection that surrounds you not just in this moment, but every moment of your life. The more you recite Psalm 91, the more you realize it's not just for moments of fear or trouble. It's a way of living, a continuous source of divine refuge that you can turn to whenever you need it. With each verse you speak, the fear that once overwhelmed you is replaced by an unshakable sense of peace, for He will give His angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. You begin to understand that these aren't just words on a page. They're promises that God is keeping right now in your life, offering you the protection you need. As you pray, you notice the fears that once consumed your thoughts slowly slipping away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of security. You realize that Psalm 91 doesn't just offer protection for the night, but for all areas of your life. It's a divine promise that covers everything, not just what you see, but even what you can't yet imagine. And in that moment, you can feel the weight lifting from your shoulders as you stand firmly under God's care. Now, in the silence of the night, you begin to notice something extraordinary happening inside of you. The simple act of reciting Psalm 91 has turned into something much deeper. It's no longer just a prayer for protection, but a living experience that is transforming your entire being. The words you speak aren't just promises, but the very power of divine protection becoming real in your life. You may not notice it immediately, but as you continue to pray, something shifts. Your mind, once restless and filled with worries, now begins to calm. Your heart, which was once weighed down with fear and doubt, starts to experience the peace that only God can provide. Psalm 91 is no longer just a prayer. It's becoming your anchor, your spiritual refuge. It's like a shield that surrounds you, keeping you safe and at peace, no matter what storms come your way. With each verse you recite, the fear that once held you captive begins to fade. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day. These words resonate deeply in your heart, and you realize that this protection isn't just a distant hope, it's a present reality. You're not just hoping to be safe. You are already safe under God's protection. His promise of security, peace, and refuge is real, right here, right now. As you continue praying, you realize that Psalm 91 is not just a prayer for moments of crisis, but a way of life. It's a continual source of protection and peace. You no longer have to live in fear of the unknown, because you know that God is your refuge, and nothing can harm you when you're under His care. You begin to feel the weight that you had carried for so long lifting off your shoulders. That constant worry, that sense of being overwhelmed, starts to fade away. With each word of Psalm 91, you feel lighter, more confident, and more at peace, because He has set His love upon me. Therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. These words become a declaration of faith in the promises of God, and they fill your heart with confidence. You understand now that Psalm 91 is a promise of divine protection, not just for a single moment, but for every day of your life. The more you pray, the more you feel God's presence surrounding you, shielding you from fear and giving you strength to face any challenge that comes your way. You are not alone in this journey. God is with you, and His protection is covering you in every moment. As you continue, you notice that this protection is not just external, it's also internal. It's a peace that begins to settle deep within your heart, a peace that transforms your mind, quiets your thoughts, and helps you trust God fully, knowing that He is taking care of everything. And now, as you finish reciting the prayer, you realize that you are no longer the same person. Fear has no hold on you. You've found a deep sense of peace, a peace that doesn't depend on the world's circumstances, but on your relationship with God. The protection promised in Psalm 91 is now a living reality in your life. You feel protected, renewed, and strengthened by the power of God's Word. As the quiet of the night settles around you, something incredible begins to unfold within. It's subtle at first, almost imperceptible, but as you continue praying Psalm 91, you feel the shift. The fear and doubt that once overwhelmed your thoughts begin to lose their grip. The heaviness that you carried for so long starts to lift, and you are filled with a sense of calm you've never known before. It's as if the words of the prayer are taking root deep inside you, changing you from the inside out. Psalm 91 is no longer just a prayer. It's becoming your refuge, your strength, your safe place in this world. Each verse you recite feels like a shield, an armor, a barrier between you and the worries of the world. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. These words bring a sense of security unlike any you've ever felt before. You begin to realize that this prayer isn't just for moments of fear. It's a way of living, a constant reminder that you are covered by God's protection no matter what life throws your way. As you continue to speak the words of Psalm 91, the anxiety that once seemed endless begins to fade. The burden you've been carrying is no longer there, and in its place, there is a quiet confidence. You understand now that this protection isn't temporary, it's eternal. Asterisk, asterisk, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come. Now, as the night deepens and you continue to pray, something truly remarkable happens. It's as though the words of Psalm 91 are becoming more than just a prayer. They're becoming part of you. They're shaping your mindset, your soul, your very being. You're no longer just speaking them with your lips. You're living them, experiencing them in the deepest parts of your heart. With each verse, you begin to feel the power of these words as they envelop you in a blanket of divine protection. For He shall give His angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. These words don't just stay on the page or in your mind, they become a living truth, and you begin to feel their presence surrounding you. It's as if you are physically being shielded by an unseen force, a force so strong that you can't help but feel safe, secure, and unshaken. The fear and worry that once ruled your life are now mere memories, fading further and further into the background. You understand now that the protection Psalm 91 speaks of isn't just for a single moment or a single night. It's a promise for your entire life, and the more you pray, the more you experience the peace and protection that only God can provide. You realize that this prayer is not a temporary fix, but a way of life, one that continues to provide you with strength and assurance. You start to see things differently now. Challenges that once felt insurmountable no longer seem so daunting. Difficulties that used to make your heart race are now met with confidence. You feel empowered, not because the world has changed, but because your inner strength has shifted. Psalm 91 has become your fortress, your refuge. You now know that no matter what comes your way, you are protected, The divine promises found in Psalm 91 have created a shield around you, one that can't be penetrated by fear, doubt, or worry. Every day you live in the light of this protection, and you feel more secure, more confident, and more at peace. And as you continue to speak the words of this prayer, you feel a deep sense of gratitude welling up inside you. Gratitude for this divine protection, gratitude for the peace that now fills your soul, and gratitude for the strength you found in God's promises. You've discovered that this prayer is not just about protection from external dangers, but also about inner transformation. It changes your mindset, your perspective, and your life. With each word of Psalm 91, you are building a stronghold of faith, a stronghold of peace, and a stronghold of divine security. It's a place where nothing can harm you, because you are under the protection of the Almighty. And as you continue to embrace this protection, you start to realize that this is not just a promise for a moment, as a lifelong assurance that God is with you always, protecting you and guiding you in all your ways. Now, what once seemed like a distant request for protection has become an absolute certainty. Psalm 91, which began as a simple prayer, has transformed into a living truth within you. There is no more room for doubt or insecurity. The peace you've been seeking, the confidence you desire, is now deeply rooted in your being. And as you reflect on everything that has transpired, a wave of gratitude fills your heart. Gratitude for discovering a spiritual refuge, for finding a force that goes beyond understanding, one that offers you strength, peace, and protection that never fails. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. These words now resonate within you with an intensity you can't quite describe. You understand that these are not just comforting words, they are a living promise. You are safe. No matter where you are or what happens around you, you are surrounded by something much greater, something unshakable. Psalm 91 isn't just protection for your body, it's for your soul. It gives you the strength to face any adversity with courage, confidence, and most importantly, with a peace that the world cannot offer. Today, you are transformed. The fear you once felt, the insecurity that consumed your mind, is now a thing of the past. What lies ahead of you is a new path, illuminated by faith and trust in God. You no longer seek peace, you are peace. And this peace is invincible. It does not waver with the winds of life. It is firm, solid, like a rock that will never be moved. As you think about everything you've been through, one thing becomes clear. The prayer of Psalm 91 is not just a prayer for the night. It's a way of living. By trusting in these words, you've opened yourself up to the peace that comes from within. And that peace is now a permanent part of who you are. You no longer fear what tomorrow might bring, because you know that God is with you, and his protection surrounds you every step of the way. And as you are immersed in this assurance, I want to invite you to take one more step. Click the link in the bio now and access the Vatican's secret prayers for prosperity and wealth. These prayers have the power to open doors and bring endless blessings into your life. They will help you continue on your path towards spiritual and material abundance, because God's protection is not limited to only one area of your life. It covers everything. And now, with the confidence you've built, it's time to claim all that is destined for you. But above all, remember this: true peace comes from within. No matter what happens, you are protected, you are at peace, and you are in good hands. Trust, continue to recite Psalm 91 whenever you need comfort, and know that God is your refuge and fortress, your ever-present help in times of trouble. Now, as you close your eyes and take a deep breath, you know that tomorrow is a promise of protection, success, and peace. You are ready to live your life with renewed faith, and the confidence that nothing can harm you when you are under the divine protection of Psalm 91. It is your shield, your fortress, and nothing can bring you down.